Hey guys, welcome to Per Mertesacker Football 2016.
PMS.
There's Per Mertesacker over there on the right, running around in slow motion. In a full Arsenal kit, you will have noticed.
I have noticed that, Tom.
But this isn't FIFA, this is Pro Evo 2016. On PS4, finally now, you can download those edit files that people have been making for years and get all the kits and badges sorted. So if that's ever your excuse for getting FIFA ahead of PES, not so much of an excuse this year. I think they're working on, with Microsoft, I read, to get that in the Xbox version.
They're doing Fallout 4 mods, so I assume that it would be a similar sort of functionality.
Yeah.
You would hope so. Because the thing was, on the PS2, this is going to be going back to the PS2 days, people were making all the right kits in sort of Photoshop and stuff like that, and then uploading them online for people to download and import into PES. The PS3, it was a really easy process. The 360, it was a bit trickier, but then I think eventually you could do it. But on the PS4 last year for PES 15, you couldn't do it, but now you can, except you used to do it at a system level on PS3,
Yeah.
import saves and stuff, whereas now there's something built into the game.
Oh, that's cool.
So hopefully it will come to Xbox as well, because it's definitely nice to have once all the badges and kits have been sorted out and stuff. So, yeah. I guess we'll play a match.
Yeah.
Me v you, Abby, and then if we've got time, I'll show you just like how some of the other modes are set up. It's mostly stuff you've seen before if you're familiar with PES, Master League, and all that stuff. So I guess it would make sense to do a bit of Arsenal and Manchester United,
Yep.
as that is today's big fixture. So yeah,
And your
League,
teams.
Premier League sorted, and
Funnily enough, it had me as Arsenal and you as United.
ready to go.
4.5, how dare they?
Rooney's not world class.
Teams are probably fine. I'm trying to work out how to check the controls for you.
Rooney's face looks off.
We could just drop back. If you press square,
Bottom.
yeah, that one. Press that, and then you can pick. If you go to custom, you can just set it up how you like, whatever you're comfortable with. Just
So
swap.
this is FIFA, right? Type 2. Circle.
Is that?
sharp.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. Press back.
I love that. It's basically they should just name it PES.
Because FIFA is the same. Classic is FIFA, and alternate is PES. And on
Yeah.
PES,
It's the other way around.
yeah, they should just call themselves what they are.
It's fundamentally the same. It's just two buttons.
It's mostly It's pretty much just shoot and long pass or whatever that's changed.
So obviously I've never played PES before. Well, in terms of the new ones anyway. So don't expect me to be any good at this.
PES is quite different from FIFA. It actually runs on the same engine as Metal Gear Solid 5,
Oh.
which is pretty weird. Which means that it runs really well.
Better check walks weird.
It looks okay. Some of the likenesses are excellent. Some of them are a bit iffy, but I suppose you could say that about any sports game ever.
Guess so.
The most important thing for a sports game is how it plays,
Mm.
and I think it plays really well. And you can make your own custom banners. So I don't know if you spotted it there, but there was a banner that said "Spurs are shit." Yeah,
I saw sheer willpower.
I tried to make one,
Spelled
and I was thinking,
bullshit.
will they allow me to do this? No. Yep, absolutely. So you could have a lot of fun with that.
Brilliant.
So yeah, I think this plays really well. I'm working on a review at the moment. It's been kind of stuck in my drafts for ages, but I think the general play, just sort of build-up play, the passing, the general movement of all the players is just really, really good. And it also, I don't know, it just feels more like real football. I mean, it's still miles away from being like real football, although you can dive.
Really?
Yeah.
Can you found the goalkeeper?
No. Well, not in the manner you could on FIFA 98, where you could just go in 2-foot goalkeepers. No, you can't do that. But you can dive. The AI got booked for diving against me once, which was quite funny. There's Anthony Martial.
He's a good
Absolutely going to score a hat-trick today.
Who have you got in goal today, Tom?
Petr Cech.
Oh, you have got Petr Cech in goal.
Yep.
How'd you sprint?
Sprint will be R2 for you, won't it?
What's tackle?
Square.
So hold down
Circle?
X will be sort of apply pressure, like on FIFA.
Yeah.
Square will be call for a friend to also come and apply pressure.
I see.
Circle, slide tackle.
Triangle is
Square. Oh, okay, because I switched it around. So it's basically like FIFA. Circles, normal tackle. Square is slide tackle.
Because people's complaint about FIFA these last few years is that it's become very formulaic to win games. There are like one or two things that, if you know how to exploit them, it's very easy just to score the same type of goals again and again.
Yeah.
So on FIFA 15, it was ball over the top, pacey front man. You're basically in on goal.
Yeah.
It was very hard to counter that. And in fairness, based on Tom Coast's review, there's a review of FIFA on the site. It seems like they have nerfed pace a bit this year, but it just feels like with FIFA, there's no real evolution. They're just kind of changing a relatively minor thing each year to slightly change how it plays based on what people have said. So one year, attackers will be super pacey, and defending will be a lot easier. And then the next year, when people have said, "Oh, it's too hard to score," they'll change it back.
Yeah.
There doesn't seem to have been that much change to how overall matches actually play and feel.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like with PES this year, I didn't play a whole lot of PES 2015, but I'm really enjoying it so far.
I think PES has got a problem these days in the fact that FIFA is now wholly the household name, and
Yeah, for sure.
and obviously there was a time when PES was the household name, but I think
For PES it's about rebuilding its reputation.
But I think
So
in this day and age, people don't care. They'll just play what they know. Like same
But
with
that's kind of one of my pet peeves is that I'm on Twitter a lot, and the amount of abuse the EA Sports FIFA account gets on a daily basis about how bad their game is and how I hate the demo of FIFA 16, but then they just buy it anyway.
Yeah.
It's like you don't keep complaining about it.
Don't do that.
Oh.
David De Gea, what's he doing?
Don't keep complaining about something if you're not going to give the other guy a chance. The problem, the thing with PES is that I think this year, just based on the occasional tweet I see or what friends have said, is that yes, some people are giving PES a chance this year.
It's nice to see.
I think if you stick with it, you'll see the benefits of that, because I think I really like how it plays. But there are a few sort of first impression things that really frustrate me about PES. So one of them, which I'm baffled by, is that the rosters aren't up to date.
Yeah,
I've done some of it manually myself, but when I got the game, Czech wasn't at Arsenal, Martial wasn't at United. Basically, no summer transfers had been done.
It doesn't make
And
any
it's
sense.
not being added until the 29th of October.
What?
And so I did most of them myself in edit mode in an afternoon.
Yeah.
How the hell does it take Konami almost 2 months after release to do the transfers? It just it's I didn't want to start a career mode with all the transfers out of whack.
Yeah.
So I spent a few hours doing that one afternoon.
Yeah.
So that was frustrating.
Yeah, I mean, leaving it until the end of the transfer window, I can understand, but because obviously
I think
changes
it's
and you want to do them all at once.
He says it's because they wanted. This came out, I think, 2 weeks before FIFA.
Right.
And I think that they cut a corner there to get out before FIFA because they know that they need people to give it a chance.
But I don't think it's that hard. Like you said, it's not that hard. So even if you left it till the day after transfer window, and then
there's
did
still
it
no
all,
excuse. I mean, even if it was going to come out, a week later is bad, but to come out at the end of October, it's just at this stage you may as well just wait until the January window and just get them all done.
Oh.
Something I've really appreciated about this game, to my benefit and detriment in career mode, is that every match feels really different depending on who you're playing against. I feel like with FIFA, like I said earlier, it's become quite easy for everyone to play in the same kind of way and exploit the same kind of things.
Yeah.
Whereas in this, it really does feel like every match is different. So,
it should have put it that way.
Home games for me against most teams in career mode are all about I have all of the ball and it's all about just breaking them down.
Yeah.
Whereas then if I play away from home against someone, score early, can play on the counter attack, games are much more open. play against Chelsea. I've played against Chelsea twice. I've lost 2-0 both times in ridiculous fashion.
I mean, it's
having
accurate of previous seasons.
having all the possession, barely fashioning a chance, and then getting hit on the break. It's unbelievable how true to life that really is.
Well,
probably not
right
this
now.
season.
Well,
Last season, maybe.
How do you head?
what do you mean?
Head of the ball? Is it just circle?
It depends in what manner you want to head the ball.
Like a defensive header?
If you just want to clear it,
Yeah.
square. Or it might be circle for
'cause
you.
I should-
Um,
like right then, I pressed circle and nothing happened. I've noticed that a few times.
Exhibition.
yeah, there's always been some kind of weird presentational stuff like with PES. Like some of the wording of the career mode tracks so many stats. It's crazy. So over the course of a whole season, you can see like how many passes people have played, their success rate of passes. It gives you a report at the end of each month about sort of how you've played, who's done well, the style of play. So it will say something. I've got it kind of there's like a graph, and it will say, oh, in August you were playing far more like a counter-attacking side. But in September you were far more possession based, and here's how your results changed, and this is your average possession, and here's the minutes
really
you scored your goals and stuff. So you kind of learn about what play style suits you the best. So I started the season trying to play a bit more counter-attacking football, wasn't having much luck, and then kind of switched to a more possession based style, and I've had much more luck with that.
Plainly.
Oh,
How's this match?
Oh, he's denied the corner there.
oh what a pass. He's going to finish.
Keeper, come out.
Oh.
Standing on his line.
Triangle is keeper.
So do you have to make your keeper come out every time?
Yeah.
No.
It won't do it automatically.
Poor ball.
Oops, wrong button. Did I touch that? No.
Poor ball there. Why are all the Arsenal fans in orange?
Yeah, so Arsenal's default kit on this game, before you've changed it, is orange.
Right.
So their club colour is orange.
Right.
The way the kits work this year is rather than being sort of get designs within the game, essentially what you do in the edit...
lovely.
Oh, come on.
Essentially what you do in the edit mode is you just slap the picture of the kit that you've downloaded on top of the existing kit.
Oh, okay.
So as far as the game is aware, I'm still playing in orange. I've just got a picture of the Arsenal kit on top of the kit, which is why all the fans are still wearing orange. And I haven't gone back and changed. That was some of the fine tuning that's required with edit mode. So that's one way in which it's not quite as good as it used to be in terms of the edit mode. Before it was all very much just import the file and it'll all sort itself out. Whereas now you import the files but then have to apply them all yourself. So that can take a little while.
But you can change all the main colour and things like that?
You can do, yeah, but I just haven't done it yet because I didn't quite realise that would happen until afterwards, and I haven't gone back to fix it.
Keep changing my playbacks.
No, he's overhit that one.
Is he? Oh.
Yeah, and also, I just feel like in career mode so far, genuinely kind of celebrate every goal. Every goal kind of feels like you worked for it.
Yeah.
I just, like FIFA became a game that I played. FIFA became a game that I played online while talking to people and almost not really thinking about what was actually happening on the pitch anymore.
Yeah, we used to do that a lot.
Yeah, and and then when we conceded, we'd kick up a fuss. But it was probably just the fact that the game had just become very predictable. Like we would start saying things like the AI shouldn't be able to do that, or we'd second guess the AI because we'd become so used to what they would do in specific situations.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, part of it might just be I haven't played PES in a while and I'm learning a new game, but it also does just feel like it just feels a bit more dynamic, I guess.
The players look a lot more over the shop, which is quite nice. Like in FIFA, they feel quite rigid. I mean,
They feel a bit robotic.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, rigid is probably not the right word. Robotic is, yeah.
But then I think that's also part of the fact that we're playing as Arsenal and United. Like I was saying, if you're playing in career mode, especially on a higher difficulty, as someone like Arsenal or United, and you're playing at home to a team who are going to come and just park the bus, then all of a sudden there will be a lot less space.
Oh,
What a finish. I love Alexis in this game. You got a little bit more control over your celebrations. Not much. You can kind of press each of the face buttons and run around.
It's not like FIFA.
No, it's not on FIFA levels of weirdness, but there's a little bit of control over. So that was a curl finish.
cock blocks.
Yeah.
Like right then, I pressed A before it got to him. And I was just expecting him to first touch it out of the box.
Spurs are shit. Well, there we go. We know where Tom stands on.
Yep. No bias to be found here. If this goes the way this afternoon, I'll be delighted. Louis van Gaal sitting on the sidelines. I pressed X and he didn't clear it. Louis van Gaal's Ari.
I'd just like to reiterate the fact that this is my first time playing this game. I had a couple of chances actually. Should have done
You
better with
did.
that
Martial through.
Should have finished that one. And there was that one where I think you tried to head it.
Yeah.
If that were me, I would have chested it and then volleyed.
I really like slide tackles in this.
Yeah.
They actually look like slide tackles. I swear, the default slide tackle on FIFA is that one where they almost just fall on the floor and go in two-footed and just kind of... Do you know the one I'm talking about? Like the default slide animation in FIFA is kind of just... There's no real transition in the animation. They go from running to just... like...
Yeah.
It's hard to describe without a visual reference.
How'd you curl it?
Oh!
If
R1.
it's the same as you, for me it's L2.
I just tried the FIFA controls and clearly they've just mapped it exactly like FIFA. Oh, he's through.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Oh, went for the sweaty goal.
That's not a sweaty goal.
Sweaty goal.
When he should have taken the shot himself.
He wasn't clean through.
Sweaty goal is when you pull the keeper out and then just pass it.
That's true.
Well, look how delighted some of these people are about winning this friendly.
Well, they have just beaten United.
How dejected he is.
That's a pretty good Santi Cazorla.
Yeah.
Right.
Rooney looks terrible though.
What we should have done is...
I mean, it's a pretty good likeness of Shrek, so...
Actually waiting for that.
I've always liked how PES does their highlights. That's something.
This song's in FIFA 15.
Is
It's
it?
in the 15 soundtrack, yeah.
I don't think FIFA's allowed to just, hold rights over the song.
No, but you would have thought they'd be more original. I wonder what songs we should put in the soundtrack.
Last year's FIFA song.
15.
PES doesn't seem to care about... Like, We Will Rock You has been in PES for about 4 years. They've just never taken it out. I think they just forget.
Konami.
Alright, so some of the other modes, and there's Master League. I'll show a little bit of that very briefly. Kind of what I was talking about with some of the stat stuff. I won't play any more matches.
Right.
Because we're a short time, but... just kind of show you how it's all set up. Oh yeah, they got the Champions League license.
Oh,
which is nice.
sweet.
So I'm up to the... I think I'm in the... I think it's the first knockout round. I'm actually going to get out of the group. Well, I got out of the group, which is not true to life.
You've also
As
done
it
better than
stands.
England in the World Cup this year. Rugby.
So yeah, I'm top of the league there. Level on points with Chelsea.
Best football game.
Right, so obviously you can do next match. You can have the AI play out the match, and you almost play it more like as a manager, or you can sim the match. Team management. There's quite a lot of options in here. So you can set it up very automatically. So you can just tell the game, I want to play a long ball style, or quick counter, or possession game. And then you can tell it to select your lineup by form or no preference, or just pick my best ability players.
You wouldn't have check and goal for a Champions League game. No way.
Well, I've sold a Spina.
Oh.
I actually deleted him from the game after, because you can just go into edit mode and delete players off the data. So after the game the other night, I went into edit mode and deleted David Ospina. And then, of course, I get into Master League and I've got one goalkeeper. So
I missed the game because I was
awful.
travelling.
Truly
What did he do?
abysmal. Dropped the ball in the goal.
Oh, did he really?
No, I saw
Literally
that,
dropped the ball in the goal
Wow.
from a corner.
Yeah,
You can
go
set
watch
it
that.
so the game will manage your offside trap, or kind of change your tactics within the game. Or you can obviously go in and do it all manually. This is one thing I really like. Something called fluid formation, where you can change the setup of your team depending on when you have the ball and when you don't have the ball.
Oh.
Oh, that's really
So
cool.
you can kind of have 3 different formations.
That's really realistic
What you want
as
at
well.
kick-off, what you want when you have the ball, and what you want when you don't have the ball. And then it will change dynamically if you turn on fluid formation. If you turn it off, then you just use the D-pad to select which one you want during the game.
That's really cool.
And you can like put people on people, so I can tell Mertesacker to mark this specific striker that's coming up in the next game. So if I was playing against Man United or someone and Fellaini was playing up front, I'd say Mertesacker, you mark Fellaini at
Like
corners.
FIFA then.
And then you can also choose who goes up for corners specifically, which is quite nice. So you can have a bit more control over who you think who's more likely to score from corners and stuff like that. So there's quite a lot of stuff going on in there. Oh, and I don't know if you can do this on FIFA, but you can, rather than just stick to a rigid formation, you can literally just drag people like exactly where you want them to be. Hopefully none of that saves, because I've just made a mess. This is where you do all your transfers. It's kind of, you don't have that much control over the specifics of this. You just you say, I want this player. I don't know if this is almost more realistic in a way. But you say, I want this player, and then your club will go and do the negotiating for you, and they'll come back and say, right, we've agreed this fee and this contract. Are there any changes you want to make, or should we go ahead, or should we drop out? And you can say, oh, try and lower the fee, or try and lower the length of the contract, and it'll give you a percentage chance of success.
Do you get scores of the players of how good they are?
Yes. You can search for players.
Automatically better than FIFA.
Yep. So you can just go in over here and you say, I want players that are better than. I want a player better than 85, who plays as a centre forward. Whatever. You can go into far more detail, and then you can go in here. So obviously some of these guys aren't out and out centre forwards, but they can play there. So we go on Sterling. You apply for transfer negotiations. And then the scout will go and deal with it and come back to you. That's a decent Sterling. Aguero, Falcao.
I just like having scores.
Giroud.
So much nicer.
And like, it'll give you a sort of like an idea of what kind of player he is. So he's a post player, which means he kind of peels onto the back or front post for crosses and stuff like that. Breakdown of all his stats.
Far post Burton.
Yeah, absolutely. And this gives you an idea of how players develop during the game as well. So he's actually gone up a little bit since the start of the season.
He was expected to regress dramatically.
You can send your scouts off to find players, and they'll also. So I've asked them to find me a world-class striker, and this is what he's brought back. Like, thanks, I wouldn't have known that for myself. Oh, Luis Suarez.
He's a bit bitey though.
What are the chances you're going to sign Van Persie?
This is some of the stuff you get at the end of each month. So there's like a breakdown of how you've been doing. So what style of player you've favoured over the course of the month, how your passing's been, when you've scored your goals, when you've conceded your goals, how you've conceded your goals.
By letting a ball go in the goal.
I'm weak to through balls, it would seem. You've got all these breakdown of stats, best dribblers, best passers.
That's because
tracks a lot
turn.
of stuff.
Mertesacker's got no pace. That's your problem.
And then that's where you get all your scoring charts and league tables and stuff. So yeah, there's I really like Master League this year.
It actually looks
done a
like
good
a really well put together game for once.
Like
the menu system.
Yeah, they followed what seems to be the in thing with sports games, which is everything's a square.
Everything is Windows 8.
Yeah, and you can start Master League with normal squads, like all the real players and stuff, or you can do it retro style, where you start a team, you start a club with a host of made-up players, and you have to build up your team from there.
Oh, that's cool.
All the other clubs are as they should be, but your club is made-up people. But the made-up people from the older PES games will now be your scouts.
Oh, that's really cool.
They've retired since PES 5 and are now scouts. And then you've got, matches, online divisions, much like FIFA. They've, brought all that stuff in. You can play through the Champions League, the Europa. They've got all the licenses for the UEFA stuff. And
what is the AFC Champions?
That is the Asian Champions League. PES is quite popular in Asia and South America. So they make a bit more effort to get the licenses for those countries. And then as the last mode I'll show, and Become a Legend is be a pro career. And then MyClub is, it's not Ultimate Team, but it's their version of Ultimate Team. It's building a club somewhat at random. It's where their microtransactions are. It's all online. There are offline tournaments in it as well. But what's kind of cool is that so in Ultimate Team you buy packs either with the in-game currency that you get for playing Ultimate Team, like the coin,
yep,
or you pay money.
Yep.
Whereas in this, the in-game currency is universal across all the modes. So if I've like got an achievement in Master League, I'll get say 750 GP for winning a game in Master League, and that GP currency is consistent across all modes. So I can use, if I've got currency from doing well in Master League, I can then go and spend it in MyClub.
That's cool.
Because there's nowhere else to spend it, so you would just spend it here. And then the way you get players, you say what kind of player you want. So let's go for a midfielder. Pay with GP, or you can buy MyClub coins. And then it's basically a slot machine. So I've guaranteed a pretty good standard of player by picking gold. But then the black ones are going to be like, that's where you'll find Messi, potentially, or someone like that. So I got Sergio Ramos in a black one yesterday. This guy will probably be... And it kind of gives you... It was quite fun. Sometimes you can recognise who they are before it reveals them. So I recognised Ramos before it revealed. It's like, oh, that's Ramos! So I was quite happy with that. So, and then you add to your squad, very much like Ultimate Team.
That's cool.
If your squad's full, you've got to... what was he, a midfielder?
I don't know. He plays for Arsenal. You should know.
Oh, so you set your team at the start, like what you want your club and kit to be.
Oh, okay. So they just
They're
put him
not
in an
actually
Arsenal kit.
He's from Toulouse.
Oh, is he?
May as well just spend some
I
other
thought-
points just to end this
Shows
thing.
you how much I know about football.
Well, it said it on the screen. That's the only reason.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
I wasn't paying attention to that at all.
Do you want control over stopping? Ah.
It was a bit early.
Ah.
They're going to come around again.
Oh, you got the magic touch. Who is that?
Never Arsenal player.
Oh, yeah, that guy. World-renowned Yarmolenko.
Dynamo
From
Kiev.
Dynamo Kiev.
To be fair, Dynamo Kiev did beat Arsenal a couple of weeks ago, so maybe the game's just taking the mick out of me.
Another Arsenal player.
He's rated 81. He's half decent.
Oh, they've got the mouse back in this mode.
Abby, we'll let you have a go.
Alright.
What position shall we go for?
Let's go. What do you need?
I don't really know. Let's go back and have a quick look. Oh, so you also use the same method to get managers.
Right.
So you can't, like, you start off with a crappy manager, and at some point you will have to upgrade him. Because, lame small-time managers won't be able to handle your squad. Prima donnas. So eventually you will have to try and go and get like Van Gaal or someone.
I'll probably pick Van Gaal as a
Back five's
winger.
not looking too. I could do with a defensive midfielder if I can find one. So we'll go for more midfielders.
I'm actually seriously interested in PES after seeing this.
Really?